Dr. Agribusiness Show. It's your doctor. Let me give you a description of a whole new agriculture world. From the most healthiest methods to the sickest ways, what's the best dose to keep you at the peak of your business? How did the best in the business get there? We'll take a closer x-ray to the do's and don'ts. Join me, Caris, as I pick the blue and the red pill of this interesting matrix. Let's dive in, shall we? Habari yako?
Mzuri.
So tell us more about yourself. Wewe ni nani? Unafanyanga nini? Yes.
My name is David Mwangi. I'm a rabbit farmer at Rabbit Kenya. So this is my farm. I keep rabbits. Yeah. We marry for rabbit meat production. Anybody anataka rabbit meat, you get it here at 760 shillings currently per kg. We also sell rabbits to people who want to start rabbit keeping, both for domestic and commercial production. We have people who want to keep rabbits for home consumption, and we have people who want to do rabbits for a business. And number 3, we also help people who want to make what we call modern rabbit hatcheries. When you go around the farm, you're going to see them. So these days we keep rabbits in a very good, nice environment. Eh? Back in the village, back in the day, we used to keep rabbits like cows. Okay, so you're keeping a rabbit and then it's sitting on its own dung, droppings, and there's a lot of smells, there's a lot of mites and all those things. So if you want to keep rabbits properly, keep them clean, and you are going to have a very good success in your rabbit keeping venture. Number 3, I also help people start by training them. Okay, so if you want to know how to keep rabbits, I'll give you education in the same, and of course at a small fee. And so that when you are starting out the journey, you start it on the right foot. Okay? Most people start keeping rabbits thinking it's something that is very simple. And then when you keep 100 of them, some problems start showing up and you don't know what's happening. So you are there to fill that gap as well. So we make rabbit hatches for people, we sell to you rabbit feeders, drinkers, nesting boxes, everything about rabbits. So that is what we do.
Why rabbit farming?
Rabbits are what people call exotic or something that is unique. Okay? So rabbits are an alternative source of white meat, just like you can take chicken or fish. There are some differences and some benefits over one over the other one. Yeah? So rabbit is also there in the white meat family of meat. And that is what we are producing. I love the taste of rabbit meat. So when I was starting out, it was just for my own home consumption. But we usually say that rabbits reproduce like themselves. Okay, they are very they are very prolific. Good, the English is that one. Yeah. So rabbits watazana haraka sana. So we are keeping a few. Within no time, you may have a lot of them, so you can easily start a business out. So I'm there to make sure that. If you can eat chicken, why not try rabbit meat? If you're taking chicken every day, and you might feel that you might want to have a change.
Yes, I need to think about it.
Yes, so that's a good reason and a simple reason why rabbits are good.
My other question is, what's the difference between a hare and a rabbit?
In science, those of you who are recently in biology in high school,
Yes.
there's something called genus, species names, family, scientific name,
Yes.
Because what is 7 categories?
Yes.
So rabbits will belong to the same lineup from the top, but they have some differences. Is it called species or something? It's like there you have a zebra and you have a donkey. They look somehow alike, but they are not specifically the same. Okay? So zebra will have those stripes of black and white, and maybe a donkey will be grey in color. So they are the same family at the top, but different subspecies now chini. Yeah, so that's the difference. One is domesticated, the other one is in the wild, and they can't even breed actually. Yeah, so hare will be a hare, and rabbit will be a rabbit.
Nimezunguka your farm, and I've seen colors of rabbits. Maybe you can take us through the different breeds that you have here.
We have about 10, 11, 12 or so breeds of rabbits here. Number 1 and the most common rabbit breed, mostly in Kenya or even in the world, is called New Zealand White. Okay? New Zealand White, maybe you see them, you'll be able to identify them later. is white in color with pink eyes. Then we have number 2. We have California white, also white in color with pink eyes, but black ears, black nose, black tips of the legs, black tip on the tail. That one is called a California white. We have a checkered giant. We have another one called Flemish giant. Another one chinchilla. We have American sable, cinnamon. There's silver marten, Dutch. There's a few others there. Palomino.
Zote ziko distinguished na color?
No, they distinguish, of course, physically to a layman you look at the color. So of course the color will be the identifying difference. But in practice, we have what we call genetic characteristics. Okay, like for example, we have some that are like the New Zealand white is the fastest maturing. Okay, we say it has a very high growth rate. So that is the genetic characteristic. Very fast maturity. There's something else we call good mothering ability. There's something else we say like. There are even some breeds that are kept for fur, so they can now called Angora. Very long fur is kept for people who are looking for fur to share the rabbits and use it for textile industry. We also have something we call even body size is an identifying factor. So you're going to have that some rabbits will be very big in the future. Like the Flemish giant historically is the one that grows to the biggest. But on the other hand, it's not the best in what we call mothering ability or fast maturity. So if you're in business, you may have to weigh between the two and say if you're in the business of meat production, then you want the one that matures faster compared to the other one that will grow bigger for a longer time. Yeah. So there are those genetic characteristics versus the physical characteristics. Right? And then something else also very important is something called meat to bone ratio. So the whites, we also have a very high meat to bone ratio. Meat to bone ratio means if you slaughter that rabbit, it will have a lot of meat compared to the bones in the flesh itself. So you may have a rabbit like the Flemish giant that grows to be very big, but because of the weight that it needs to build, it also needs to have a strong skeleton to support that. So it ends up having a lower meat to bone ratio because it has to have more bones also. Okay. So those are some of the other identifying differences.
I can see clearly you're a youth.
Yes, I am.
Yes. So there's a youth out there, hana job, hana employment, and have create employment for their own. So how do you start a rabbit business?
Okay. I advise people to start small. Okay? Start small. Don't put what you call all your eggs in one basket. That means that a business like keeping rabbits is not supposed to be a business. You need time to learn all the ropes. So that first, you know how a rabbit gets successful. So that you know how do I take care of rabbits, how do I treat them, how do I feed them, how do I treat any diseases in your car, how do I prevent diseases from happening, and all that. So start small. Also, after starting small, the few rabbits that you born, teach yourself how to sell them. Then when you have successfully completed the cycle between producing rabbits and selling rabbits, and then people keep asking you, your customers keep asking you for more than you're producing, business-wise, then you have we call it incentive to grow. Okay? You have an incentive to grow. So you can start with 4 hatches only. That is one breeder, one male, we call it a buck, and one female, we call it a doe. You will house them in the two hatches, and the other 2 hatches, you use them to house your children. So one hatch you keep the female kit or the female baby, the other one you keep the male baby. When you're selling for meat, you start by selling the males that you have kept in one. You may retain maybe one for maybe in the future or something like that. And then you sell from that. Then you breed the man again, you have another generation, every 4 months you're selling something. After you've proved the concept, then you can expand your business. Okay? So the unit, we call it the unit of 4 for rabbits to keep. The minimum number of hatches you can keep for rabbits so that you try out for the feasibility study. So that's the minimum. But of course, if you have more money, keep 12 hatches, you can keep 6, at the minimum.
Maybe you can also take us through the fees. How are the fees?
Okay. Traditionally, people have fed rabbits on greens. Okay. You can still use such a diet, but we usually advise that if you are giving rabbit greens, number one, make sure they are greens from the farm. Don't go and buy sukuma wiki from the market. Okay? So first of all, don't buy sukuma wiki from the market, and then number two, also don't what do you call it? Don't feed fresh greens. Okay? You are going to be using, if you harvest the greens from your garden with weeds, there are famous rabbit weeds, wilt them first before you feed. Wilting means you dry them, like the way you see the way hay is sold in the market.
Yes.
So it's half dry and it is half green. Yeah, so feed them like that. And then to make sure that the rabbits are growing up without issues like bloating, they are drinking water, they are growing fast, they are maturing fast, and the like. We also have commercial rabbit pellets, and we also have water, and hay. Hay is very important. 80% of the diet of a rabbit should be hay. Hay is any grass that you cut in your garden and you dry like hay, and the ones you have bought from the market, which means you're running the business. So that is it.
Well, we all want money. How is the business?
The business is about, it's as simple as if you start, find out how much money depending on what you're feeding, you'll spend. And then after that money that you spend, add what you call your profit margin. Maybe you may say I want to get 10% or 20% profit. Then you go ahead and you advertise your services or your product, the rabbit yourself, the rabbit food, and the like. And then you get a customer and you close the deal. You go in social media, that is the marketing for you. So I advertise a lot on Facebook. So every week on Wednesdays I'm slaughtering, and then I'm supplying maybe around the residents around here every week. Long Road, Water Road, Togo Road, area. I do a circle most of the time, and then I so those are the techniques. You can even cook. Open up a small restaurant for people, and then you cook for them. And then you serve them with whatever accompaniment they like, then you're selling your rabbits like a small restaurant. It doesn't have to be a big restaurant. Even just family. Yeah, so you identify where you are, what you can afford, your budget of doing that. Like a small kitchen. Keep beef, keep rabbit meat, keep mutton, and then rabbit for white meat. So like suppose if you ask me, you have chicken, and then you have rabbit for white.
You buy rabbits from farm?
Yes, if you are not able to sell the way I told you, yeah, you can give me a call, and I will help you to upload them depending on your location. I will also share the ideas I've shared to you of how you can sell them. If you are not able to do that, then you can tell me what's your selling price. I'm able to buy at that point, at that price. If you have a shortage at my farm, then if we buy occasionally, you have a shortage, maybe our customers are asking more than you're producing. So in that case, then I may make a few calls to people I know who keep rabbit, and then I will top up my order and supply my customers. If they also have a big order, then they are able to supply and I have an extra few rabbits here. That is called business to business kind of deals.
Yes. I also understand that if you're doing any agricultural business, there's a need to do value addition.
Yes.
So maybe you can take us through value addition in rabbit farming.
Okay. Value addition in rabbit farming starts from number one. You get a rabbit and you want to sell it for rabbit meat.
Yes.
If you sell a rabbit that is alive to a customer to go and slaughter for themselves, most of people are going to flip out. Okay? Because some people say, oh, I can't kill a rabbit, it's so cute, it looks like a cat, it looks like a pet, and all those kind of stories. Eh?
Yes.
So the first value addition you can do is to encourage someone to consume rabbit meat, is to slaughter it for them. That is the basic number one value addition.
Yes.
Number two, you can do, the next step after that is cooking. So that's the second step. Number three, you may say, you may also process things like skins. Okay? There's value in rabbit skins. You can go to YouTube and see how they process. We call it DIY, do it yourself at home. So I have seen people even on YouTube take rabbit skin, mix it with something called aluminium sulfate, which you can even buy anywhere in Nairobi, and salt, table salt, the one you use for cooking. And then when you mix the two, you soak it in a gram of water, you close, you keep mashing it every day for about 10 days or 2 weeks. Then there's some other processes that follow making leather out of skin. Okay? Yeah, on the go, there are way of buying tanning products for those who do processing of cow hides and goat hides and the like. You make some nice shoes, nice bags, and you sell. You have added value to that skin. So those are some of the basic ways that are very important in the business of rabbits. Anything you do to add value, of course, you sell at a value. So if you are selling a rabbit meat at this price, if you cook it, very easy to double that, because you're also taking into account that you have rent to pay for your hotel and the like.
As I went round, I also saw gunia umejaza their down and also bottles that umejaza their using. What are these?
Yes. Rabbit urine is a fertilizer and also a pesticide. Yeah. That is used for farming. Those people who do organic farming are going to use rabbit urine because it has a scent, strong smell. You dilute 1 liter of urine to about 4 liters of water, and then you spray that on your crop. Okay? So if you have some small flies that are disturbing you in your crops, if you do that at least once every 2 weeks before they lay eggs and multiply, you're able to eat them at the day. So it's an organic way of controlling pests, and they also urine is also rich in nitrogen. You're going to have a lot of nitrogen fertilizer. And then also the rabbit manure. Similarly, you can use it during planting. You're going to have very rich manure stock in your garden. So I sell these a lot also to people around Nairobi who are kitchen gardens. Wakati mtu amepanda sukuma kwa magunia and vitunguu and such kind of things for home consumption. Even people with larger gardens, they're able to supply, even the urine, they're able to supply about 50 liters every day. They're able to collect all that. They're able to supply to people who need that. We ship all that to Malindi, to Lipi, wherever we can. We send that public transport as a parcel. So that's something else to sell. So in short, in rabbits, you can sell everything.
Wow.
Even the heads, you have someone who keeps dogs around you and you know them. So you put on those heads and then they feed them to their dogs. Or you boil the heads and you feed a cup of soup. Yeah, you don't throw away the heads also.
Heads are being consumed.
Yeah, you can, but you don't feel it is weird. Consumption is very nutritious.
Okay, so I also understand they go through diseases and things.
Yes.
So, Gani, how do you eradicate that in your farm? Because I can see people healthy that.
Number one, the best strategy in keeping rabbits is preventing diseases rather than treating them. Okay? In this farm of ours, the whole of this year we have not used any antibiotics in our rabbits at all. So what we do, number one, we have to make a proper rabbit hatch. A proper rabbit hatch means it is self-cleaning. It is made of wire mesh on the floor. So any droppings that are coming in and the urine goes below where the rabbit is interested. Okay? So some of the diseases that in the rabbits are propagated through their waste. Okay? So if you're able to keep rabbits clean, 90% or more of the issues are going to go away. And then also you also disinfect at least once or twice per week. In the hatch, we disinfect with what I call rabbit disinfectant, the same way chicken also disinfect. Some small mites can come with dust and dryness and fur and all that away. Number two is to know how to feed them. Some diseases, or rather not a disease but conditions, are associated with overfeeding or underfeeding. So there's an exact right diet for different age groups that we teach people who are starting up the business on how to feed them, depending also on the source of feed and what they'll be feeding, so able to advise them on the right amount that they should feed. So if feed properly, keep them clean, you may never have to treat a disease. Yes, but if a disease comes, then we have information on which disease is this, how do you diagnose it, how do you treat it, if something needs vet attention, you call a vet to be able to monitor it.